check you right.
Dressed in black, what happened?
Well, it's just my blouse that is black, which is a blue.
So,
And I've got a white shoe.
In dark, and I said, well, it's coming from a funeral. What?
No, I know, that's what it says in my country as well. So when you go to a funeral, you're like, you're just black, yeah, in my country. Romania.
Ah, okay, yes, it's similar to my country.
Where are you from?
Portugal.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot of Romanians there.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, I mean, now they start coming to England and other places, but in the beginning, before being part of the European Union, they were going to Spain, Portugal, because the police is more easygoing and allowed them to remain illegally in the country, just like the Moldovians, and many Moldovians you might know have Romanian passports.
Oh yeah, because they are from, I know that.
Sometimes it's fake, but sometimes it's not.
No, they do need visa as well to come to our place.
Yeah, so there is a connection, because I met people from Romania, had Moldovan parents or father or whatever, and in Moldova also with Romanian grandparents, because before the war it looks like there were a lot of the territory is like a little bit in actually Romania and Hungarian. The north of Romania belonged to Hungary before, so probably they still speak Hungarian in the north of Romania.
I don't know. I don't speak.
Yeah, because
maybe back in the days, the old people they might.
Yeah, if you check the history, that's because of the wars and migrations, the Romanian territory suffered a lot of changes. You understand, and what was Moldavian belonged, so in between Romanian and Hungarians too.
Yeah, we do fight for a piece of land.
For what?
For a piece of land.
Yeah, well, but it's curious because Romania has a lot of resources. There's oil in there. Many Romanians do not know there's oil in there, and the people are so poor. What happened is the money that goes to
the government is.
That was Ceausescu's fault. He
well, he was good when he was there, though. But since he gone, everything went wrong.
Okay, so in his time was not so bad.
Even though we were communists, but even though at the time we were when Ceausescu was there, he was the communist regime. People didn't like that, but people had
more
than
now.
He was actually taking care of the country.
Okay, I thought it was the other way around. I thought because he lived in a huge palace. No. Because
it's the other way. Yeah,
it's not the story they tell. Yeah,
I know you're gonna find a lot of. Yeah, everyone has their own point of view. Some people might say that, oh no, it wasn't good at all when Ceausescu was there because they restricted them. The light goes off at 10 o'clock. Things like, I don't know, regarding food, they were giving back by person. So there was little more restrictions.
Yeah, in that time.
Yeah.
But in the end there was more fairness.
Everyone had a place, everyone had everything. So nowadays it's not the same.
Because sometimes
we have lots of other opportunity. We got into Europe, whatever, Schengen, whatever, but most of us left Romania because of the government.
I worked many years ago in a restaurant. I was washing dishes, and there was a waiter there. I think he was a waiter, was from Romania, and he said, "Oh, it's a lovely country. I love to go there on holiday. I always spend my holidays there." And we said, "But why live here?" He said, in Romania we have everything. People have everything but don't have money. So,
you're gonna be surprised if you go to Romania. You will see the latest technology, expensive cars. So they keep saying they don't have it, but they do.
It's different of Portugal because Portugal don't have no money, then no food. We produce nothing. We have fisheries only, but
yeah, but again, most of you guys are out of your country, so of course, like Romania as well, most of us, we are out of our country, we are different countries. We are working for different countries, making their countries better, and our country, who it's going to work for? You see, this is that's
I understand, but sometimes, in my case, I left the country for adventure. I didn't leave, I was driving a Mercedes. I was not rich, but I was not exactly poor. You know, I was living reasonably well. I have a steady job, which was making average money that most people was not doing, etc. But most of the people leave the country because the country do not give them the opportunities they have abroad. For example, in here, I did university. I didn't finish. But I didn't have to finish the secondary school. In my country, if you don't finish the secondary school, you have no access to university at all, unless your parents have a lot of money and can pay a private university and a private what's the name, access course to universities, etc. Those things also exist here. But when I started to investigate, I was doing cleaning in law company. They work with insurance, personal injuries, and everybody there knew about law. Not all of them were lawyers, but there was a solicitor there, and then a lady. They were both Indian, studying to become lawyers. And I asked her, so how do you manage to work here and do a course of law? And she explained to me how it works. And she said, you don't need to finish your secondary school, the A levels here in England, to access university.
I don't know.
No, open university, as long you can read, understand English, as long you can pay your fund or get a fund to pay.
I have done here as well university, but I had my studies back home done, so I just literally continued.
I used but that is different. But in my case, I didn't finish secondary school there. I didn't finish secondary school here. When I understood that open university, and I think it's not the only one, gave me opportunity to enroll in the courses without finishing.
Which is good. So you can
I
do something
didn't
with your life,
think
innit?
go through. Understand? I didn't finish the course. Then my health conditions start to go down, financial situation go down too. But I enjoy it. I did 3 years. I did just one for to finish the bachelor's, and that's it. But in my country, you don't have these opportunities.
No,
You have no chance unless
the
you have the
government
money.
is not going to help you with the money. Here they help you with the money, isn't it? They give you the student finance loan. So
Exactly. So when the country, the prime minister, then they sent him to jail because he was too much strict. They didn't want him in politics. Socrates was his name. Open the opportunity to regular people to access university without finishing the secondary school, just like me. They run out the funds for that program, and the program ceases. So that's the thing. Those countries, the money goes to the pockets of certain people only.
Yeah.
You understand? That's why there's a little bit like Romania.
it's no nice, isn't it?
But that's the thing. Talking about Ceausescu, we had a similar situation. Everybody was talking badly about our dictator.
Yeah, that's the thing. He was doing bad things as well, but he was doing good things for the country.
Exactly.
Nowadays, if you look at every government, doesn't matter which country you look at, even this one. I mean, this one, they do as well bad things, but they do a lot for their country.
Yeah,
Let's be honest. But if you look at certain countries, they put all the monies in their pocket and do nothing for the country. Nothing.
Exactly.
And that's bad.
Yeah.
But that's why people leave.
Yeah, that's true. But about what I was going to say about Ceausescu, that the impression that they give is that he was not good is the same they say about Gaddafi. But when Gaddafi in Libya was ruling Libya was having, there was no Libyan immigrants anywhere in the world because they had everything in their countries that they need. He promised to everyone that his father was living in a tent, and he said, my father will continue to live in a tent until every citizen in Libya has his own house.
Oh.
And when his father died, he was still living in the tent, which means that he was giving opportunities and how to have a house to everyone. You understand? So he fulfilled his promise. And the reason why they kicked him out is because He wanted to keep Africa not so much dependent of the IMF and the World Banks. You understand? And since the moment he tried to create a local central bank to the whole Africa and a currency that was linked to the gold value, that would stop using the dollar as for international transactions. And the Americans panicked, because if the dollar is not used for international transactions anymore, it will collapse. If collapse the economy in the US, and then the economy is all over the world. So that's what Gaddafi, without that intention, was actually doing. But he was helping his country and Africa. That's why he took him out. Ceausescu is exactly the same, because he was focused, obviously he was still into himself, because he was living like a king, but he was focused on the people, and that's why they didn't like him. In my country, we have a similar dictator.
They killed him. They killed him.
They shot him, yeah, exactly.
They shot him,
yeah, in my country, had a similar dictator. The guy was super protective to the country, but they didn't like him because he didn't give freedom to the people. You understand? So that's the reason why. And they let him stay in power until our colonies in Africa started a war against us, because he refused to give independence to our colonies in Africa. All countries, England, France, Belgium, Germany, gave independence to their African colonies, but not him. So since the moment he stayed steady in that decision, then he was bad. And that's when, well, he died then. He had a stroke. He was replaced. The guy who replaced him continued the same policies, but they didn't like the policies, so they kicked him out too. He had to exile in Brazil, and they replaced it. The dictatorship that was giving to the people good quality of life, they replaced it by the democracy that bankrupted the public finances. We had to go to the IMF 3 times.
Wow.
That's why a guy in the military, a general called Saraiva de Carvalho, is considered one of the revolutionary heroes. He said, if it wasn't for this, that I did the revolution, I wouldn't do it today. Why? He gave freedom to the people, but at the same time, he gave the opportunity to the new politicians to destroy the country's economics. You understand? And that's why now everyone misses the dictator, and there was a contest to decide which guy was the most intelligent in Portugal of all time. He was in the first place. If it was 50 years ago, he would be in the last place. Nobody liked him. Now he is dead, and everyone understands that he was actually a good ruler, a good statesman. Now they put him in the top. So you see how it was. The same about Ceausescu. Everyone tells badly about him, but the people knows that what he did for the people. Yeah. So I didn't know that. It's a surprise for me. It wasn't you telling me. I'll look at Ceausescu as a dictator, as a.
Yeah, that's how I look at him as well, because what they told me when I was a kid. But then when I did a bit of research, I was like, with some of the information that I got from my, parents and whoever, my family, or eldest people in general, I was like, hold on a minute, it wasn't that bad. And some of the oldest people are actually appreciating him, and they're missing him, because they didn't agree with that, but you know how it is, sometimes.
But poor countries like yours and mine is always complicated. So that's why I don't judge anyone.
It's not for us, we don't care anymore.
Yeah, well, we're not there anymore.
In our hand, and that's it, I don't care about it.
That's it. Okay, what's her name? What's her name?
Irina.
Irina.
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
Very good.
You know my name, don't you? You know my name, don't you?
I can't pronounce it. What is it?
Amadeo?
Amadeo.
Now you
Yes.
know.
Amadeo. Okay.
All right. See you later.
Thank you
Have a good
for the
evening. Muito bem.